Ah,
Rick and Thad.
sacred time. What better time than right now at this moment? All right. Today we got somewhat of an intuitive message. All right. The last 2 days, I woke up. The last 2 days I woke up, and like soon as I began to start my day, I got some text messages or someone contacted me, directing a different type of energy towards me, as far as like negativity. You know what I'm saying? Through that circumstance, in that situation, I was subjected to have to really actually fend against the narrative for one. But I just got the message from, I guess, yesterday on Christmas and today, right? Where I had to face somewhat of some type of spell work, say it like that, you know. I received a lot of information from that. As far as initially, I kind of, it's about parenthood, you know, just parenting, you know, and it was concerning one of my children. I have 2 boys, and my youngest son, having to deal with some things emotionally, you know. So, as a parent, especially as a father, you know, as a father, we still have to be firm. You know, we still have to, you know, actually mean what we say what we mean, you know. And I've been raised predominantly by my mother, so I'm a little compassionate at times. Not to coddle my son, but I'm just a little bit more compassionate. So at times I would want to give tough love, but then it's like, but so far I know I can get through to him just based off of pretty much being the providence for him whenever he needs to know the result of certain equations or situations that he may face, you know, if he can, you know, applies himself in whatever way or manner, these are the results thereof, you know. And my guidance and my advice, you know, sometimes is another form of chastisement, because whenever he operates outside of my guidance or instructions, you know, the results kind of a little, you know, I'm not gonna say burdensome, but they're impactful. And I feel sometimes that can be a lesson all in itself. Instead of me having to just stick down to being a little terse and firm and giving him tough love all the time, sometimes just his natural experiences teach him a lesson, you know. And I don't know, my love I just got a love that will love him, or just love, period, what love has never been, you know, sometimes. And I just kind of came to an understanding about, well, before I even started recording, right? I'm going to say that I jumped right into this message because initially I wanted to brief you guys on intuitive messages, you know. This is just another form of synchronicity as well, but just in an intuitive way. Right now it's 5:55 on the clock. All right, I don't know what 5:55 means, but I feel like that may be a significant message all in itself. But I thought about chakra and channeling energy, right? And for some reason, a fellow of mine just spoke to me about you know, going through a fast and stuff like that, and I had already had on my mind about something called sacred secretion, or just semen retention. And if anyone knows about it, look it up or whatever. But it still led me back to chakra. It still led me back to channeling energy. Well, channeling, something came about when I was watching or reading somebody's live. They were speaking about a channel. You know what I'm saying? So channel kind of stood out there for me to think about. I hadn't done nothing to my channel today, and I still was thinking about, you know, this chakra. For some reason, channeling my energy is something that needs to be expressed right now, right? And I'm just expressing myself intuitively, not ramble all over the place, but I'm bringing you to a perspective on how the motive behind why spells are casted. You know what I'm saying? Well, I woke up Christmas morning and walked right into spell work. All right, and in the midst of the battle, I've acknowledged that the whole objective was to sway or to bring me to some type of decretion or belittlement, to lower my frequency. It was because I may have been vibrating kind of high for the last few days, right? And the channel is growing now. I just started this channel. So for some reason, I acknowledged that. The whole objective, the motive behind the spell work was to just lower my frequency, bring me to a lowly state, such as dismay, things like that, right? But for some reason, I didn't come into an agreement for that to even affect me in my esteem, for one. And it serves as a mirror to reflect or to disclose to me where I am spiritually and mentally as well, right? So, within me being able to assess that and acknowledge that and decipher what's, the difference, all right, from what's true and what's false, I've acknowledged a degree of stability, yeah. And it's like in the midst of me having that point of revision about myself, as I was, in the moment of self-examining, my mental capacity, for one, right? I came to realize that like I had been merited or rewarded some type of gift from God for me to be able to have that type of stability in order for me to respond rightly and perform my duties and my divine duties. I did not let the oppression overtake me in my mind or my esteem to where I actually still I was, even though the spells were very impactful and they could have been detrimental had I not been prepared, for one. But in order for me to still be able to respond in a love or an unconditional love was something that was very great of me, because it was beyond something that I feel like was based off of my own will. Like I was serviced by the divine in a totally more vibrant way than I have ever been in my life. So responding to the confusion and the distortion was something that I come to realize that I addressed it with ease, and in addressing the conflict with ease, it was something that I was very, very appreciative of even having that peace of mind to be able to come into an exchange with an opposing energy and still keep my alignment. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience for me. It was a very beautiful experience for me, because although the situation was chaotic and conflicting, man, it was something that I received from the Most High in an extraordinary way. And it was like a growing pain. When I reached to some of the equation, it was just a growing pain. And it was just a confirmation of God letting me know my status and where I actually stand in life spiritually. The condition of who I am. I realized that I had been conditioned to a point where, like, over all these years, I didn't know how effective I have become in my waking life, and the people that are involved in my life. I didn't know how effective that I've become. So just seeing, my channel growing, just seeing the people come along and support me and my messages, and just my perspective, it just brought me a lot of ease, and I'm just dwelling within that gratitude. Oh man, it's a great form of confirmation, I feel like, and I'm just reassured by all the things that I have invested in my life, the things that I've sacrificed to establish things or to move forward in my divine objective. God has really shown me or expressed to me my progression, upon this journey. You know what I'm saying? So I think this intuitive message, I pray, is servicing you also rightly, that you come to some type of point of revision or realization about what I find to be something called a growing pain. Some things may come off very disturbing right now in your life, and it's how you respond to the circumstance that counts, of course. And right now, that is really what that really actually will be a disclosing factor of your actual state of where you actually are spiritually, or mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I would just advise, based off of this intuitive message, that if you are trying to make sense of certain things right now in life, what I've found through every endeavor, in my past, is that there is a gratitude required of you, because every circumstance calls for your humility. But there is a degree of gratitude that grants you a understanding beyond comprehension. And this gratitude serves as the lens to make things make sense, to bring about a resolve in certain things that may not, I would say, make sense pretty much, and man, like, if you are growing to a new light or perspective thereof, allow yourself to, have a form of ignorance to learn, give yourself that leverage to not know something in the sense to be able to come to know something in succession. So with that being said, me as a parent, I had to go back. Although I deserved the honor and the respect, I still gave the compassion to allow my child to communicate with me about their perspective on how they actually feel about how I may be addressing whatever they are going through. You know what I'm saying? So for me to address my son and say, hey, what do you feel like I am not doing that you need me to do, or that you feel like I should do? You understand? Just to bring about that, accountability, to bring about that form of a counsel, even though, you know what I'm saying, I may be right, but at the same time, I still want to give my son a voice and an opinion through any circumstance. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that God is expressing or expounding himself through all things, all aspects of what is and isn't, and you never know how God can speak to you through things, even your children, even a stranger, even a dog or a cat or a butterfly. You never know. Even just some dust on the brim of your window, you never know. These things, man, we should allow a form of receptivity in order for us to receive God wholesomely, right? So with that being said, it's just that form of gratitude to bring us to that point of revision, you know what I'm saying, to that point of receptivity, in order for us to come to a better light thereof, And with that being said, I really actually find gratitude to be the actual key to wisdom. So I'm going to conclude this message, man, because I didn't actually come with a read today. I just want to actually just share this message, and I pray this information actually is in any type form beneficial to you. But until next time, man, please like, share, and subscribe, man. I do appreciate the follows. I do appreciate, the growth of the community. I do appreciate that there is no end to my thank you. But until next time, see you again.